If you love emotional Afro-Korean romance stories, you will love this. Make sure you watch till the end. The twist is insane. The rain lashed Seoul's Gangnam district like it had a personal grudge. Inside the matte black Maybach crawling through the downpour, Amina Carter sat rigid, wrists loosely bound with black silk cord that smelled faintly of expensive aftershave. She refused to tremble. Trembling was for women who still believed tears could change outcomes. Beside her, Marcus stared at his own reflection in the darkened window, jaw locked, eyes bloodshot. He hadn't spoken since the warehouse handover 40 minutes earlier, since he'd looked at the Lee family enforcer and said the words that would haunt Amina forever. Take her, debt cleared. $3 million. 15 years of their late father's bad bets, worse loans, and the kind of protection only a syndicate could provide. Marcus had run out of excuses, out of time, out of everything except one currency the Lees would accept. Sorry. Amina swallowed the bile in her throat. She was 26, American-born, Nigerian roots, a graphic designer who'd built a modest life in Atlanta before Marcus begged her to fly over, just for a week, to help him sort family business. She'd come because he was her only sibling. She'd stayed because he'd cried. Now she was payment. The car glided to a stop outside a tower of smoked glass and steel. No signage, no doorman, just quiet menace. Two men in tailored charcoal suits opened the rear doors in perfect sync. One reached for her arm. Amina jerked back. Don't touch me. The man paused, then inclined his head toward the building. Boss is waiting. They escorted her through a private lobby, then an elevator that climbed so smoothly she barely felt motion. When the doors parted on the penthouse level, cold air scented with cedar and gun oil hit her face. The space was vast, minimalist, lethal in its elegance. Black marble floors, floor-to-ceiling windows bleeding city lights. A single leather armchair faced the storm, and standing beside it, hands in the pockets of his midnight suit, was the man who just purchased her future. Lee Ji-hoon. Mid-30s, tall even by Korean standards. Shoulders that spoke of disciplined violence rather than gym mirrors. Hair black as ink, swept off his forehead to reveal a thin silver scar slicing his left cheekbone. His eyes, dark, unreadable, tracked her the way a hawk tracks something already marked for the kill. He didn't speak immediately, just watched. Amina lifted her chin. If he wanted submission, he'd have to drag it out of her. Finally he moved, slow steps that ate distance without hurry. When he stopped, he was close enough that she felt heat radiating off him despite the chill in the room. Amina Carter, he said, voice low, accented English precise, almost musical. You photograph better in person. She blinked. You looked me up. $3 million deserves due diligence. His gaze drifted over her. High cheekbones, full lips painted deep berry, braids swept into an elegant knot, curves hugged by the simple black dress Marcus had forced her to wear. Your brother chose well. He's an idiot, she snapped. Ji-hoon's mouth curved, just a fraction, not quite a smile. Perhaps, but debts are debts. He nodded once. The guard behind her stepped forward and sliced the silk cord with a pocket knife. Amina rubbed her wrists, skin prickling where the fabric had kissed it. Ji-hoon extended a hand, palm up, not a request, a summons. She didn't take it. His brow lifted slightly. You prefer to be carried. I prefer to leave. Impossible. He lowered his hand. The debt is yours now, one night, then freedom. Her stomach twisted. One night of what? He studied her for a long beat. Whatever I decide. Amina forced a laugh, sharp, brittle. You think I'm going to sleep with you because my brother couldn't pay his tab? I think, he said softly, you'll do whatever keeps him breathing. And you. He turned and walked toward a hallway. Follow. She glanced at the guards. No exit, no choice. She followed. The bedroom was larger than her entire apartment back home. Black silk sheets. A single crystal decanter of amber liquid on the nightstand. One chair by the rain-streaked window. No visible weapons, no visible escape. Ji-hoon poured 2 glasses anyway, offered her one. She shook her head. He drank alone, eyes never leaving her face. Sit. She remained standing. He sighed, almost amused, and set the glass down. Then he crossed the room in 3 strides. This time he didn't ask. His fingers caught her chin, firm but not bruising, tilting her face up. Amina froze. Up close he was overwhelming. Sharp jaw, faint stubble, scent of smoke and cedar wrapping around her like smoke. "You're shaking," he murmured. "I'm cold." "Liar." His thumb brushed her lower lip. Slow, deliberate. Amina's breath hitched. She hated it, hated him, hated the traitorous heat curling low in her belly. "Don't," she whispered. He leaned in, close enough that his exhale ghosted her mouth. Then he kissed her. Not tentative, not gentle. He kissed like conquest, like he'd already won and was simply claiming the prize. Firm lips, controlled hunger. One hand slid to the nape of her neck, fingers threading into her braids, holding her exactly where he wanted. For one stunned second, Amina let it happen. Shock, fury, something darker twisting together. Then she shoved both palms against his chest. He broke the kiss instantly, stepped back half a pace, breathing steady, eyes molten. Amina wiped her mouth with the back of her hand. "Debt paid, I'm done." Ji-hoon watched her for a long, silent moment. Then he smiled, slow, dangerous, devastating. "No," he said quietly, "you're not." He turned toward the door. "Get comfortable, Amina. You're staying." The lock clicked from the outside. And the Korean mafia boss who'd bought her for one night had just decided forever sounded better. Are you enjoying the story? Drop a heart emoji in the comment section. Amina paced the bedroom like a caged panther, bare feet silent on the cool black marble. The lock had clicked 20 minutes ago, final, metallic, indifferent. She'd already tested the door, the windows, even the ventilation grills. Nothing budged. The room was beautiful prison, silk sheets the color of midnight, a rainfall shower visible through frosted glass, a walk-in closet already stocked with clothes in her size. Someone had planned this long before tonight. She hated how calm the space felt. It mocked her. The rain had eased to a steady hiss against the glass. Seoul glittered below like broken diamonds, unreachable. She pressed her forehead to the cold pane and closed her eyes. Marcus's face flashed behind her lids, red-rimmed, pleading. "I'll get you out, Mina, I swear." Empty words. He'd sold her to buy his own breath. A soft knock. She spun. The door opened without waiting for permission. Ji-hoon stepped inside carrying a silver tray. Steaming mug, small plate of sliced fruit, folded white cloth napkin. No guards this time, just him. He set the tray on the low glass table by the window. "You haven't eaten." "I'm not hungry." "You will be." He straightened, studying her with that same unhurried intensity. "Sit." Amina crossed her arms. "You don't get to order me around like staff." His mouth twitched, almost amusement. "You're not staff, you're mine." The word landed like a slap. She stepped forward, closing half the distance. "For how long?" "You said one night." "I changed my mind." He didn't flinch as she advanced. After that kiss. Heat crawled up her neck. She could still feel the imprint of his mouth, demanding, thorough, terrifyingly precise. That wasn't consent, that was coercion. "Was it?" He tilted his head. "Your hands were on my chest for 3 full seconds before you pushed. I counted." Her breath caught. "You're delusional." "Perhaps." He moved past her to the armchair, sat with casual grace, legs crossed at the ankle. "But I don't lie to myself. You felt it too." She wanted to scream. Instead, she forced her voice steady. "What do you want from me exactly?" "Everything." The answer came without hesitation. "Your time, your attention, your body, eventually your trust." A bitter laugh escaped her. "Trust, you bought me." "I paid a debt, there's a difference." He leaned forward, elbows on knees. "Your brother owed $3 million. The Lees don't forgive debts, they collect. I could have taken his life instead. Or yours, I chose this." "Why?" For the first time, something flickered behind his eyes, something almost human. "Because when I saw your picture, I didn't want either of you dead." Silence stretched. thick and dangerous. Amina sank onto the edge of the bed, farthest from him. So I'm what? You're living hostage with benefits. Guest, he corrected softly, with very strict boundaries. Guests don't get locked in. Guests don't try to run on night one. He rose, crossed to the nightstand, poured amber liquid into 2 glasses from the crystal decanter, offered her one. This time she took it. The whiskey burned clean down her throat. Liquid courage. What are the boundaries? No leaving the penthouse without me. No contact with the outside world until I say so. No weapons, no lies. He sipped his own drink. And no pretending you don't feel the pull. She set the glass down hard. I feel fury, that's all. Liar. He stepped closer until his shadow fell over her. Your pupils dilate when I'm near. Your breath catches. Your lips part just enough to betray you. She stood abruptly, putting the bed between them. Get out. He didn't move. This is my house. Then I'll sleep on the floor. You'll sleep in the bed. His voice dropped. With me. Her heart slammed against her ribs. No. Not tonight. He surprised her by retreating a step. Tonight you sleep alone. I'll take the couch in the study. He nodded toward a door she hadn't noticed. But tomorrow we negotiate terms. Terms for what? For how long you stay. For what you give me. For what I give you in return. She stared at him, searching for the monster. All she saw was control wrapped in expensive wool and quiet hunger. He turned toward the connecting door, paused. One more thing. She braced. Your brother is alive, safe, for now. His gaze held hers over his shoulder. Every day you're here, he stays that way. Every day you fight me, the clock ticks faster. The door closed behind him with a soft click. Amina sank onto the mattress, knees weak. The whiskey glass trembled in her hand. She didn't cry. She plotted. Because if Lee Ji-hoon thought ownership came with obedience, he was about to learn how very wrong he was. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next story. Morning light sliced through the blackout curtains in cruel thin lines. Amina woke curled on top of the silk duvet, still in yesterday's black dress, makeup smudged, braids slightly loosened. The whiskey glass sat empty on the nightstand like an accusation. She hadn't slept much, just enough to dream of locked doors and Marcus's voice fatting down a long hallway. The connecting door opened without knock. Ji-hoon entered carrying a tray again. Black coffee, fresh croissants, sliced mango, a single white orchid in a slim vase. He wore charcoal slacks and a fitted black turtleneck today. No suit jacket, sleeves pushed to the elbows, revealing corded forearms marked with faint old scars. Less formal, more dangerous. He set the tray down. Good morning. She sat up slowly, smoothing her dress. Is it? He didn't answer. Instead, he moved to the windows and pressed a hidden panel. The curtains parted fully, flooding the room with pale winter sun. Souls sprawled below, indifferent and glittering. Eat, he said. We talk after. Amina eyed the food. Her stomach growled traitorously. Pride warred with survival. Survival won. She took the coffee first, black, strong, perfect temperature. She hated that it was perfect. Ji-hoon sat in the armchair across from her, legs crossed, watching her eat with quiet patience. When she finished the croissant and set the plate aside, he spoke. Terms. She wiped her mouth with the napkin. I want proof Marcus is alive. A call, video, something real. He pulled his phone from his pocket, tapped the screen twice, then turned it toward her. Marcus appeared alive, unshaven, sitting in what looked like a safe house. He looked straight at the camera. Mina, I'm okay. They're treating me fine. Just do what he says, please, I'm sorry. The video ended. No timestamp visible, but the fear in his eyes was fresh. Amina's throat tightened. How long? Until the debt is considered settled, or until I decide otherwise. That's not a term, that's a blank check. He leaned forward. Then let's negotiate. She met his gaze. I stay in this penthouse. Fine, but I get a phone, internet, my laptop, I have clients, deadlines, I'm not disappearing off the face of the earth. No external communication that isn't monitored. Monitored how? Everything routed through my system. No direct calls, no unapproved emails. You work, you live, but I see it all. She laughed once, sharp. You want to watch me design logos while you play God. I want to know you're not planning escape routes in your sketch files. She considered. I want clothes that aren't chosen by you, my own style, and privacy in the bathroom. Granted, the closet will be restocked by noon, your sizes, your taste. I've already had your Atlanta apartment inventoried. Her stomach dropped. You broke into my home. I had it photographed, discreetly. He didn't apologize. Bathroom privacy, yes. Door stays locked when you're inside, no cameras. She exhaled, small victories. And no touching, she added. Not without my say-so. His eyes darkened. Define touching. No kisses, no hands on me, nothing intimate unless I initiate. He studied her for a long moment. You're asking for celibacy in a marriage without papers. This isn't marriage. This is captivity with negotiation. Call it what you want. He stood, crossed to her side of the bed, and crouched so their eyes were level. Close enough she could smell cedar and clean cotton on him. But understand this, I don't force. I wait, and I'm very patient. Her pulse kicked, then wait forever. A ghost of a smile. Challenge accepted. He rose. One more condition from me. She tensed. Every evening at 7, we dine together. No exceptions. Conversation. No phones, you talk, I listen. You can hate me across the table, but you sit there. Why? Because isolation breaks people faster than chains, and I don't want you broken. The honesty in it startled her. She searched his face for mockery, found none. Fine, she said quietly. Dinner at 7. He nodded once. Shower, change. Your new wardrobe arrives soon. I'll be in my office if you need anything. He walked to the door, paused. Amina. She looked up. You're stronger than you think. Use it wisely. The door closed. Alone again, she stared at the orchid on the tray. Delicate, beautiful, cut at the root. She stood, crossed to the bathroom, locked the door behind her. Hot water hit her skin like absolution. Under the spray, she let herself feel it all. Rage, fear, the unwelcome flicker of curiosity about the man who'd bought her life and refused to break it. She didn't cry, but she planned harder. Because negotiations were just the opening move. And she intended to win the board. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next story. The dining room was smaller than Amina expected, intimate, almost domestic. A long ebony table for 8, but only 2 places set at one end. Black candles flickered in slim holders. No flowers, no pretense of romance, just quiet opulence and the faint scent of grilled wagyu drifting from the open kitchen pass-through. She'd chosen a deep emerald silk blouse from the new wardrobe, tailored, sleeveless, high neck, and paired it with wide black trousers. Her own style reclaimed. Braids freshly retwisted into a sleek low bun. Minimal makeup, winged liner, berry gloss, armor. At exactly 7:00 p.m. Ji-hoon appeared from the hallway in a charcoal cashmere sweater over dark jeans. Sleeves rolled again, scar catching the candlelight. He pulled out her chair without flourish. She sat. He took the seat opposite, close enough their knees almost brushed under the table. No small talk. A server, silent, uniformed, brought the first course. Seared scallops on cauliflower puree, microgreens sharp with lemon. Wine poured, deep red, no label. Amina waited until the server vanished. You cook, she asked, fork hovering. I oversee. He cut into his scallop with surgical precision. The chef is discreet, loyal. She took a bite. Perfect, of course it was. Silence stretched, not uncomfortable, charged. You said conversation, she reminded him. So talk. He set his fork down. Ask. Why the scar? He touched the thin silver line on his cheek absently. Knife, 17, rival family. They wanted my father's territory. I was the message. Did it work? No, his eyes met hers. I sent a message back. She didn't flinch, and now you run it all. Most of it, he sipped wine. Enough that people pay attention when I speak. Like buying women to settle debts. Only once, his gaze held steady, and not for the reasons you think. She leaned forward, then enlightened me. He studied her for a beat. Your brother owed more than money. He owed silence, protection. When he couldn't pay, the elders wanted blood. I offered an alternative, you. So I'm collateral for his mouth. More like incentive. He twirled the stem of his glass. You're not invisible, Amina. You have a life, followers, talent. If something happened to you, questions would be asked. Questions lead to investigations. Investigations are bad for business. She laughed softly cold. So I'm your human shield. Your leverage, and leverage can become something else. Like what? Like alliance, he leaned in slightly. Like partnership. Her pulse jumped. You want me to work for you? I want you to stay, willingly, eventually. The main course arrived. Wagyu ribeye, black garlic butter, charred leeks. She stared at the plate. I don't trust you, she said quietly. I know. I don't like you. A faint curve to his lips, also noted. But you're right about one thing. She met his eyes. I'm not invisible, and I won't disappear quietly. He nodded once. Good, I don't want quiet. She cut into the steak. Juices ran red. What happens if I never bend? Then we keep having dinner at 7, until one of us breaks. She chewed slowly. You think it'll be me? I think patience wins wars. And what do I win if I outlast you? He considered. Freedom, unconditional, Marcus safe, your life returned, no strings. She set her knife down. And if I don't want to wait years? His voice dropped. Then you negotiate harder. The candles danced between them. Dessert came, dark chocolate tart, gold leaf, raspberry coulis. She ate half. He finished his. When the plates cleared, he stood. Walk with me. She rose without argument. He led her to the floor-to-ceiling windows. Seoul at night, rivers of light, towers stabbing the sky. He stood behind her, not touching. Close enough she felt his heat. You see the city, he murmured. I see control. Every light, every street, every deal. It's mine because I learned to want what I can hold. She turned to face him. And me. You, his gaze traced her face. You're the first thing I've wanted that fights back. Her breath caught. He stepped closer. Inches, no hands, just presence. 7 tomorrow, he said softly. Same table. She nodded once, small, deliberate. He walked away first. Amina stayed at the window, heart hammering. She didn't hate the dinner. She hated how much she didn't hate it. And that was more dangerous than any lock. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next story. The next evening came too quickly. Amina chose crimson tonight, a sleeveless wrap dress that clung and flowed in equal measure, deep neckline framed by her braids swept to one side. Not seduction, statement. She was still here on her terms, even if the terms were shrinking. Ji-hoon waited at the table in a black button-down, sleeves rolled, top 2 buttons undone. The candles were lit, the wine already poured. Tonight's menu, miso-glazed black cod, jasmine rice, bok choy sautéed with chili crisp. Simple, precise, like him. She sat. He didn't pull her chair this time, just watched her settle with that quiet intensity that made her skin prickle. The first course passed in near silence. Only the clink of porcelain and the soft hiss of the city beyond the glass. Then she spoke. You said partnership yesterday. He nodded once, setting his chopsticks down. Explain. Ji-hoon leaned back slightly. You have skills, design, branding, visual storytelling. My world runs on perception as much as power. Legitimate fronts, clubs, restaurants, import companies need polish. You could build that. She arched a brow. You want me to rebrand your criminal empire? I want you to make it look untouchable, clean on the surface, harder to attack. Amina took a slow sip of wine, and in return, more freedom, your own office here, unmonitored creative time, access to Marcus, video calls, supervised at first, eventually unsupervised. Her heart stuttered. You'd let me talk to him. When trust is earned. She studied the rim of her glass. Trust goes both ways. It does. Then tell me something real. She met his eyes. Not business, you. He held her gaze for a long beat. Then quietly, my mother died when I was 12. Cancer. My father never recovered. He turned grief into ruthlessness. I learned early that love makes you weak, so I stopped feeling it. The confession landed soft. No drama, just fact. Amina swallowed. And now? Now, he traced the base of his glass with one finger. I find myself wanting something I thought I'd buried. Her breath shallowed. Me. You. The main course arrived. They ate in heavier silence now, the words still hanging between them. After dessert, yuzu sorbet, sharp and cold, she pushed her plate away. Show me your scars, she said suddenly. Ji-hoon's brow lifted. Not the one on your face, the others. He considered her, then stood. Without ceremony, he unbuttoned his shirt, let it fall open. Across his chest and ribs, a map of violence. Bullet wound, puckered and faded near his left pec. Knife slashes, some shallow, some deep enough to have required stitches. A burned scar curling over his right hip. He didn't speak, just let her look. Amina rose slowly, walked around the table, stopped close enough to feel his warmth again. She reached out, hesitated, then traced the bullet scar with one fingertip. His muscles tensed under her touch. How many times have you almost died? She whispered. Enough that I stopped counting. Her finger moved to a long slash along his ribs. And this. Debt collection gone wrong. I was 23. She looked up. His eyes were molten, pupils blown wide. You still want me to stay? She asked. More than before. Why? Because you're touching me without being told to. His voice was rough. And you're not running. Her hand flattened against his chest, over his heart. It hammered hard, steady, alive. I'm not running yet, she corrected. A ghost of a smile. Yet. She stepped back, dropped her hand. I need time. You have it. He buttoned his shirt slowly, never breaking eye contact. But time isn't free. Every day you stay, the price changes. Meaning. Meaning I'm falling. Simple, devastating, and I don't do it halfway. Amina's throat closed. She turned toward the window, arms wrapped around herself. Behind her, he spoke softly. 7 tomorrow, same table. She nodded without turning. He left first, footsteps fading down the hall. Amina stayed at the glass, staring at the city lights until they blurred. She didn't hate his honesty. She hated how much it mattered. Because the cage no longer felt only like steel. It was starting to feel like choice. And that terrified her most of all. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next story. 7 o'clock arrived like a deadline. Amina chose black again, this time a fitted off-shoulder midi dress that left her collarbones bare, braids cascading loose down her back in soft waves. Vulnerability wrapped in elegance. She told herself it was strategy, not surrender. Ji-hoon waited in the dining room wearing navy, a rare color on him, tailored shirt unbuttoned at the throat, sleeves rolled. The table was set simply. Grilled salmon, asparagus, lemon risotto. No heavy sauces tonight. Clean lines, like the conversation he clearly intended. She sat. He poured wine, white this time, crisp and cold. They ate in silence for the first few minutes. The clink of forks felt louder than the city hum outside. Then she broke it. You said you're falling. He paused mid-bite, set his fork down. I did. Explain falling, for someone like you. Ji-hoon met her eyes without flinching. It means I wake up thinking about your laugh, even though I've only heard it once, bitter. It means I check the security feed not to monitor escape routes, but to see if you're reading, sketching, sleeping. It means I canceled a meeting tonight because I'd rather sit here and watch you hate me than close another deal. Her chest tightened. That's obsession, not falling. Call it what you want. He leaned forward. I've never let anyone close enough to hurt me. You're already under my skin, Amina, and you haven't even tried. She looked down at her plate. I don't want to hurt you. Then don't leave. The words hung heavy. She lifted her gaze. What if staying hurts me? He exhaled slowly. Then we find a way it doesn't. Dessert arrived, matcha panna cotta, fresh berries. Neither touched it. Amina pushed back from the table, stood, walked to the window. He followed, stopping a respectful distance behind her. She spoke without turning. Show me the city the way you see it. Ji-hoon stepped closer, still no touch, and pointed. That tower, my club, legitimate revenue, the river lights, smuggling routes we phased out 2 years ago, the district to the east, where your brother hid when the elders came calling. I moved him before they found him. She turned. You protected him before the debt. I protected what was mine to protect. His voice was low, even then. Her breath caught. I'm not yours. Not yet. He searched her face. But you're not running anymore. She stepped into his space, deliberate. Close enough their breaths mingled. I could, she whispered. Right now, walk out, disappear. You could try. His eyes darkened. I'd find you. Because of the debt. Because I can't imagine the penthouse without you in it. Silence pulsed. Then Amina lifted her hand, placed it on his chest again, same spot as last night. His heart thundered under her palm. I'm scared, she admitted, voice barely audible. Of me. Of this, she pressed harder, of wanting to stay. Ji-hoon covered her hand with his first real touch since the kiss. Warm, steady, not possessive, asking. Then stay scared, he murmured, with me. Her eyes searched his, found no lie, only raw want. She rose on her toes. Their lips met slow this time, not conquest, exploration. His free hand slid to her waist, gentle. Hers threaded into his hair, tugging lightly. The kiss deepened, unhurried, tasting of wine and truth and the edge they'd both been walking. When they parted, foreheads resting together, breathing ragged, she whispered, This doesn't mean I forgive you. I know. It doesn't mean I trust you. I know. But, she swallowed, it means I'm not leaving tonight. Ji-hoon's thumb brushed her cheek. That's enough. They stood like that, tangled, quiet, until the city lights blurred into streaks. He pulled back first. 7 tomorrow. She nodded, small smile real this time. 7 tomorrow. He walked her to the bedroom door, paused. No lock tonight, he said softly. Door stays open, your choice. She stepped inside, turned. Good night, Ji-hoon. Good night, Amina. The door remained ajar. She didn't close it. For the first time, the cage felt less like bars, and more like arms she might one day choose to step into. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next story. The bedroom door stayed open all night. Amina woke to soft gray dawn filtering through the glass, the city already humming below. She hadn't closed the door, hadn't needed to. For the first time since the warehouse, sleep had come without nightmares, only the faint echo of Ji-hoon's heartbeat under her palm, steady and real. She rose, showered, chose a simple cream cashmere sweater and high-waisted black jeans from the wardrobe. No armor today, just comfort. Braids pulled into a loose ponytail, bare face except for gloss. She felt exposed. She felt alive. At 7 that evening, the dining room waited again. No candles tonight, just low recessed lighting and the glow of Seoul through the windows. The table held grilled prawns, herb salad, quinoa with roasted vegetables. Light, intentional. Ji-hoon stood when she entered. Dark gray Henley, sleeves pushed up jeans, casual, human. He pulled out her chair. She sat, he joined her. They ate quietly at first. The prawns were perfect, garlicky, lemon bright. She savored each bite like it might be the last free one. Halfway through, she set her fork down. I called Marcus today, she said. He nodded. I know. The call was routed through my line. He sounded relieved. He cried. Her voice stayed even. Said he's getting therapy, that they're treating him well, that he's sorry every day. Ji-hoon listened. No interruption. He asked if I was okay. She met his eyes. I told him yes, and I meant it. Silence settled, soft as the city lights. Amina leaned forward. I'm not staying because of the debt anymore. His breath paused. I'm staying because I want to know what happens if I choose this. She gestured between them. If I choose you. Ji-hoon's hand moved across the table, slow, palm up. An invitation, not a demand. She placed hers in his. His fingers closed gently, warm, calloused in places only violence could mark. I won't lock the door again, he said quietly. You walk out whenever you want. No trackers, no threats to Marcus. He's free the moment you say the word. Her thumb brushed his knuckles. And if I stay? Then we build something. His voice was low, rough with feeling he no longer hid. Not ownership, partnership. You design the fronts. I handle the shadows. We decide together what's worth keeping, what's worth burning. She searched his face. The scar, the lines at his eyes, the unguarded want. I still don't trust easily, she warned. I know. I'll fight you when you're wrong. I'm counting on it. And if this crashes and burns? He squeezed her hand. Then we both walk away. No chains, no revenge, just two people who tried. Amina exhaled, long, slow. She rose, rounded the table, stopped in front of him. He stood too. She cupped his face, both hands now, thumbs tracing the scar, the jaw, the faint stubble. His eyes closed for a second, like the touch hurt in the best way. Then she kissed him. Not tentative, not angry. Deep, deliberate tasting of prawns and wine and the decision she'd just made. His arms came around her waist, firm, reverent. He kissed her back like a man who'd waited lifetimes for permission. When they parted, foreheads pressed, breaths mingling, she whispered, I'm staying. Ji-hoon's smile was small, real, devastating. Good, he murmured, because I'm not sure I could let you go. She laughed, soft, surprised at the sound in her own throat. They didn't finish dinner. Instead, they moved to the living room sofa, city lights painting patterns across their skin. She curled against his side, head on his shoulder. His arm around her, fingers tracing idle circles on her arm. No rush, no possession. Just quiet. Later, when the city quieted and the sky turned ink black, he spoke into her hair. Tomorrow, no dinner at 7. She tilted her head up. Why? Because tomorrow you choose where we eat. Inside, outside, anywhere. Her heart swelled. Anywhere. Anywhere, he repeated. As long as it's with me. She smiled, full, unguarded. Deal. They stayed like that until sleep pulled them under. The cage was gone. What remained was something far more dangerous. Choice. And the terrifying, beautiful freedom to make it every single day. Subscribe now so you don't miss the next story.